So before a big movie comes out, before back in the days when I was wrestling with WWE, a WrestleMania match, anything big that would happen, I would always take a moment and I'd just remind myself, all right, I was evicted when I was 14. We were kicked off the island. We couldn't live in Hawaii. Had no place to live. A lot of shit happened. Then when I moved to Nashville, I was arrested multiple times by the time I was 16 years old. I gotta remember that. If I were playing on this team, which my skills are, what's that term? Oh, the shits. So I don't ever play. But before I lace up, before I get on the court, before I play in these big games, before I go to the Staples Center, where history is there, those are historic walls there at the Staples Center. I would remember that, and it allows me then to be present in the moment and understand, holy shit, the stuff I have around me right now, this is the shit that I dreamed of when I was a kid. I am here. What helps me is to keep the hard times in the front of my mind, because it allows me to go into these big moments that I've worked my ass off, and you guys have worked your ass off. It allows me to go into these big moments with a different perspective.
My biggest Hercules challenge would have, it probably would have been when I was 24 years old. I grew up in a world of wrestling, and I love wrestling. My dad was a wrestler, my grandfather was a wrestler, but then I fell in love with the game of football, American football, and I played that. And I played it till I was 24 years old. And when I was 24 years old, I got I got released from the football team I was playing with in Canada. It was a CFL team, which is the Canadian Football League. It's Canada's version of pro football. And I got released. And when I got released, I had $7 in my pocket. I literally had $7 in my pocket. I had no place to live. I had to move back in with my parents at 24 years old, man. And that was a really sobering experience for me. I battled depression at that time. I had no money, didn't know what I was going to do in my life. So that was my version of Hercules in terms of battling back from something big. And it also wound up inspiring me to, get off my ass and get to work.
Gives me the biggest opportunity to make the biggest impact, global impact. I don't want to make small movies. I love and respect our movie business, but I want to make big movies that do well. And when they do well, it's not the money thing, because we have money, right? Money's good. Money's good. It ebbs and flows. It's the idea that I can impact as many people as possible with a big global movie. And when the global movie is touching $1 billion, that sounds good, right? It's good for the bank account. It's good for everybody involved. Everybody's getting their piece of cake. It's great. But what that does do, I know I'm impacting people around the world by giving them some good entertainment, making them feel good.
When I was 15 or 16 years old, I went on an audition for a soap opera. And I forgot which one it was. I drove to New York, we're downtown, and I read for it, and I had no acting experience at all. I probably got through 4 lines before they had said, that's fantastic, but you know what, I think we're gonna go in a different direction. Thank you very much. And I was like, oh, okay, great, but I did great. It was, it was very genuine. Did I do good? I wanted feedback. And they were like, yeah, sure, no, you did great, absolutely. Somebody get that cardboard box and just set it here, because it'd probably be just the same. And then I had another audition with Stephen Sommers. That was my big audition for The Mummy Returns. I had 1 line in the movie, and that wasn't even English. It was Egyptian dialogue. It was Aku Mashente, and I'll never forget it. It probably means, are you silly enough to actually say these lines? And I was at that time.
Aku Mashente! If I could go back and tell my high school self something, what would it be? It would be, it would be, even at your lowest point, things are gonna be okay.
Huh.
Yeah, because there was times, like, look, in high school, when I was like 15, man, like, things were tough for us back then when I was 15. I was getting arrested still, things like that, and I thought, like, man, this sucks, my life sucks, but things got better. So I would tell myself that.
I think a lot of people look up to you in terms of a role model for achieving your ambitions.
Sure.
What is your advice for people watching this going, I want to do that thing, I love the way that you do this. How do I go about doing it? What is your golden rule?
I don't know if there's a golden rule. I can tell you this, that I believe anything is possible, right? I live in the world of possibility. And I also believe that we can accomplish anything with our two hands and just putting in the work with our two hands. And also, you hear this often, but it's really, really true. You gotta find something, if you love what you do and be passionate about what you do and find something that you can be passionate, like, it really helps. You know, it gives you that motivation when you wake up in the morning.
Gotta show you guys this view. It is spectacular of one of my favorite cities in the world, Vancouver, Canada. And look, I've dropped my blood and sweat in this city, wrestled multiple matches in this city, shot big movies in this city. But one thing that a lot of people don't know that I want to share with you guys is when I was 22 years old, I came to this city for the first time. I was playing in the Canadian Football League, playing my first pro football game. I was playing for the Calgary Stampeders. We were playing the BC Lions. I was so excited. 2 days later, I got cut. Dream shattered, sent home with $7 in my pocket. I was like, wait, no, I gotta play in the NFL eventually. Those are my big goals. That's my dream. You realize that playing in the NFL was the best thing that never happened because it got me here. So my point is, look, you're gonna get your ass kicked. We're gonna get the shit kicked out of us. You gotta get up. You gotta have faith that the one thing you wanted to happen oftentimes is the best thing that never happened. So have faith. Just keep that in mind and keep plugging away.
Well, wait, I need one more chance to prove that I
Okay.
could too be a maybe Greek god. Because that's my other favorite part of the film. We're kind of like, is he or is he not?
Exactly.
You know, which I love. That's the new take. Because you
that's
kind
a
of
new
leave
take.
it like, believe in yourself.
That's
and
the
whether
most
you're a
important
god or
thing,
not.
is just believing in yourself and,
Right.
and embracing who you were born to be. So, by the way, like, you're biracial, I'm biracial, right? I'm black Samoan, you're black, white. Yeah, exactly.
Hybrids.
So, oftentimes, hybrids, right? And oftentimes, like, when you're younger, you know, we struggle sometimes with identity. Oh, I wish I was a little bit more like that, or I wish I wasn't different. But, you know, overall, the message of Hercules, how I bring this whole thing back
Right.
around is our most powerful and most important is when we just embrace who we are.
So I get up super early. Generally, I have this thing where I like beating the sun up, not just in terms of before the sun comes up, I have to get up. And how do I do it? It's just important to find balance, and I try and do things really that I really enjoy doing. And a lot of times, you know, it's like in life, right? Life brings like drama, and you got to deal with this person and a funky relationship here, and all these things. You try and just kind of balance them out as best I can. I got a great team around me, by the way, who really, really helps me well and allows for me to come in and work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, send out an Instagram video where I'm talking to my cardio machine like a crazy maniac. So yeah, it requires a lot of people around me.
Yes, I get up at crazy hours, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning, by the way. When we were talking in London, I was getting up at 3 because I had to be on set by 7. So whatever time my call time is, and I tell this to studios and directors and our producers, whatever time my call time, so my call time is at 7, then you back your clock up 4 hours, and then that's when I get up. And I'll train twice. I'll get my cardio in and breakfast, and then I'll go hit the weights.
But like, what time do you go to bed? I mean, you might shoot really late at night.
I'm averaging, on a movie, I'll average probably about 5 hours of sleep.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to be something, and it was important to me to be something. It was important to me that I didn't fail. But by the way, and if I did fail, at least what was also important was the lesson. And I didn't realize that until I got older, because, you know, when you're in it, you're in the grind, you don't really recognize those things when you're younger, but I could recognize them now and the importance of them now. And just in terms of the drive and the determination, a lot of it was experience too. Get your ass kicked, get back up, and you put the gloves back on and you swing away.
I love April Fools, but the thing about it is I love doing, but my April Fools runs the entire year.
I see, yes.
So
I'm
for
similar.
example, yeah, because it's like April Fools, everyone's expecting it. So this past, around Christmas time, we were getting ready to make a big announcement for a movie, and I called my agent. I was overseas, and I called my agent, Brad Slater. I woke him up in the middle of the night, and I was like, hey, man, I got to talk to you. He's like, what's going on? What's wrong? I said, I don't know how it happened, but my cousin who was on tour with us, I said, just got busted with prostitutes, and my name is attached to it now, and it's all getting ready to hit the press.
He started freaking out. I was like, Brad, are you okay? He was getting emotional. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Okay, hold on. And he goes, I'm gonna be calm in the pocket. I'm thinking about this, hold on. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I think there's multiple prostitutes with this thing. There's a whole ring over here. It's unbelievable. Had him going and going and going. And finally, I was like, oh, Brad. He's like, what? I was like, December Fool.